So, you've decided to buy a copy of Floral Shoppe and splurge the hundreds or maybe even over $1,000 on a legitimate copy. Could be off Discogs, a Facebook post, whatever. But before you send your money, you're wondering if it's a legitimate copy. Because who knows? There are plenty of bootlegs out there, and there's always going to be somebody trying to maybe try to play one off as legitimate. So I decided, since I have enough around, that I should make a video documenting all of the differences between a legitimate copy of Floral Shoppe and all of the other variations. So here is the original Beer on the Rug release. You can see with the tape, it has the brick-like borders. The pad print is a nice, like, solid hot pink for the most part. And the font of the A and B are slim but still visible though. Like, you can see that that's an A and that's a B. That'll be an important distinction between this one and some of the recreations down the line. And then with the tape, the J card itself, the colors are very vibrant, and on the inside as well, if you can see, is Vectoroid kind of on one of the little squares on the inside. Also note with this part of it, there's no like marking indicating that it's a bootleg or that, you know, anything has been changed at all. So that's the original. The easiest one that you could point out would be the remixes. Obviously, the artwork is completely different. You no longer have the New York skyline. It straight up says remixes, and there have been some edits to the artwork itself. Also the CZ, lost angles, all of that. And then the tape itself is on a sticker label with a bit of an edit to the artwork of the triangle with the lettering on it. And then the tape itself is just a plain white tape with normal screws. So yeah, that's the easiest one to determine. Then the next one here is the Goober boot from Goober Records. The front of it looks pretty solid, but it's important to note that it's on more of like a thinner printer paper. And the tape has the brick-like texture, but you can see that it's on a sticker label and that the lettering is smaller and in a slightly thicker font. Honestly, this tape is pretty crappy, I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like it was recorded on a pretty bad tape deck, and it just, I don't know. If you're gonna spend any money on a Goober Records boot, do not spend more than $20. I think I spent maybe around like 12 or 13 bucks off of somebody. The next one is one that I think was originally sold on eBay for a while. So I don't really know exactly what to call it, but you can see that it has a black shell to the back of it, and the sticker label on the tape doesn't have any lettering on either side, and also has a lot more tape than the original does. Also note that there's not anything on the inside other than basically some code from the Amazon print that was originally ordered for it, but the colors on the J card are actually relatively decent. This one is a little bit more convincing, and I actually had a bit of a part in making it. I made approximately 50 copies, but I only sold about half of them and transferred the rest to a guy in Australia. But you can see with the tape, it's a pad print with the same hot pink, but it's just slightly more messy, and the font of the A and B are thicker in comparison. There's a lot more white space. It's on the right size of tape, but the texture is different. There's only lines at the bottom, and it's not bricks or anything, but sounds great. And then on the inside, it also has Ramona's face. So this one's probably the closest to the original that you're gonna get, but nonetheless, pretty solid. And if you're not looking to spend pretty much your entire rent on an original copy, getting one of these ones is very worthwhile. I don't know how easy they are to find anymore. I was lucky to get a copy after selling like my own personal copy ages ago. So yeah, definitely recommend that one. And then here's the original VCC boot, or Vaporwave Cassette Club boot. This one's also extremely high quality and has a pink shell to some of the copies. I know not all of them have that. And then an important distinction with the artwork is you can see that it's like the saturation on the artwork has been upped a ton. So like the shadowing is a lot darker, the pink is darker, the turquoise or teal is a lot darker than the original. And the tape itself has a really good pad print to it and is pretty much as close to the original as you're gonna get, except it's a lighter pink and it's on a normal white tape. And then the artwork itself on the inside is different, as instead of having Ramona on the inside there, you actually get, let's see if I can get this with one hand, you get that guy just kind of staring at you. To me, it's kind of funny because it almost makes you like, let's say you're trying to sell it as an original, he's kind of looking at you like, what the hell are you doing, man? But yeah, that's all of the main boots. And here's one more look at the original copy. You can get a little closer to it as well. And yeah, just make sure you have good knowledge when it comes to what you're buying and the kind of value that you're putting on for it. So like, at least within the current market of things in 2018, you really shouldn't be spending more than $100 on a Floral Shoppe boot, nor would I recommend that you spend more than 100 unless you are super dedicated to having as many extra copies. So yeah, I hope you find this super informative, and good luck collecting. Peace.